when you're making a painting for yourself, do you have an image in your mind the whole time while you're painting, or does it become that image, become that sort of expression as you're painting? Like, does it reveal itself to you, or do you have that feeling you're trying to capture from the beginning?
No, I don't really have anything in my head. I might have like a shapes, like, but like a lot of the time when you put that down, what's in your head, it's fucking pure muck. It doesn't look. Again, like what you were saying, when you get it out and you look at it, and you go, Jesus, that's not what I was going for at all. But then it will transform. I mean, you just like it just you build the layers, and then it just starts to transform into something that you're like, holy shit, this is something now. And then you might a lot of the time they'll tell you, the paintings will tell you that I'm done here now. You've enough. I'm stop, like, and then I'll stop, because a lot of the canvas might only have 2 or 3 layers, and they're done in a matter of hours. Some take months, some take hours. It just depends. It's all feeling. Like.
Yeah, that's so it's feeling, because that's something I wanted to ask you is, how do you know when you're done? Because I've done the most amateur paintings you could think of, like the classic fruit basket in high school. You're just, no matter how bad it is, no matter how bad my paintings were, I had a pretty clear idea of when I was done. When it kind of starts to look like a fruit basket, when all the lines are filled in, there's nowhere left on the page to draw, I would go, all right, I'm finished. And, I get a generous B-. But when you're when you're painting like you do, and there's so many layers, and it's not a clear cut image, I was wondering, what's your end point? Do you just get a feeling like something's just like last stroke, this is it? Do you give yourself a time limit? How do you know that this is it, this is the final product?
Yeah, you just know, Zach. It's hard to describe. It's kind of like with the commissions and that, I do normally set myself a time, just because if the commissions build up, it's high pressure. Like, so I don't like to take too many of them on at the one time, because they could take a month. So I would normally just say, it'll be 2, 3, or 4 weeks. But like, if it's just me having the crack up here, it could take 10 minutes to weeks. It just depends. It depends on what you think you want to get out there. It's not going to be that. That's just the way it's going to be until the painting starts looking the way it's supposed to look. You'll know. You just know. Like, it's so hard to describe. Like, there's paintings there that, like, you would laugh. I've sold paintings that, like, honest to God, that took me minutes, and I was like, what the fuck? What did you see in that, you lunatic? Why did you know? But that's just the way it is. I can't. It's very hard to describe that. And then, like, of course, you can't recreate it. I tried to recreate that, but it doesn't work, because. But
that's the thing, though. When people are paying you for your paintings, they're not paying you for your time. They're paying you for the value. They're paying you for the expression. So if someone likes an expression that took you 10 minutes, and they're willing to pay you $500, $1,000, and in the back of your head you're like, this is the quickest $1,000 I've ever made. To them, it's not a concern. To them, they just want to hang it up in their studio or their house, and because it makes them feel good. But to you, I think about this a lot in podcasting too, on the production side, because there are a lot of people that want to start podcasts, and it takes them a lot of time to produce. It takes you time to think of ideas. It takes you time to think of topics. And at the beginning, it took me a lot of time. But when people pay a professional, they're not necessarily paying them by time. They're paying them to deliver value. And a lot of times when you're really good at what you do, and you've done thousands of repetitions, that thing might take you 10 minutes, whereas it would take someone else 10 hours. And so they're paying you for the value that you can deliver and the time that you can save them.
Yeah, that's spot. Yeah, you're spot on there. But something that I didn't know, though, like, it's that's why I struggled with it and didn't understand it and tried to recreate it because I didn't know that. Because again, I was so new to it. I didn't know that that's what people were buying into.
Yeah.
Especially like they would say like, I seen you make the video about that. Will you make one similar, do the same thing or whatever? And I'd be just like, what the fuck? I didn't understand it. But like, because I used to feel really guilty about all that because I was like, shit, that only took. I'd be talking to my father and I'd be like, that only took me 10 fucking minutes and she wants to buy it. What do I do with this? And he would be like, but you're putting. It's not just the time. He was saying. He was like, I seen you were jumping around that and you jumped into it and you were having fun and you portrayed that really well in the video or in a caption. That's why they're buying into that, and they obviously like the colors. That's the bonus. When they want to buy it, that's obviously the bonus of all of it. But like, it's something that I struggled with really at the start. I just didn't get. But I understand now because they fucking take it.